It is the middle of July. I'm going to harvest garlic today. I don't feel like our garlic is ready. And what I mean by that is, like, I don't feel like it's died back the amount that it's supposed to die back when you go to harvest it. But I know lots of people that are local and in my area have been harvesting their garlic already. And last year when I didn't think my garlic was ready to harvest, it was already past time to be harvested, so it was a little bit late. I want to avoid that this year. But this morning I pulled up a bulb and it is like separated. So like they're not nice and tight right here. And what you're looking for when you harvest garlic is you want it to be nice and tight up to here so it stores better. And there's not like debris and wetness and moisture in there. So I'm going to start harvesting garlic. I might just pull a few up here and there to see how it's looking. It rained yesterday. It hasn't rained today. They are saying that it's going to rain this evening. I keep getting alerts that a storm is moving in and then lightning's detected and I can hear thunder. So I really don't want my garlic to get wet anymore. They even recommend not watering it the last couple of weeks before you harvest it. But it has been raining a lot here. So we haven't had to water our garden in like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks now. And there's just no way to keep the garlic dry. So I'm going to start harvesting it and we'll see what happens. So this is what our garlic is looking like. There is a bunch of dill in here, so I'm going to try to not disturb that. We'll see how that goes. It is really weedy in here. But that is what the garlic bed looks like. So this middle part did end up getting scapes. It didn't scape out as soon as like the front of the garden and the back of the bed did. But it still ended up doing it. So some of these, you can tell the leaves are dying back. But I think you're supposed to look for a lot more because some of them, they're not even dyed back at all. So we'll just kind of dig around and see how it goes. So I'm going to use a shovel and kind of go underneath the garlic to try to lift it up and then kind of pull it out. So this one looks better. I don't know, there's still that on here. It is still kind of separated away. It does have nice bulbs. You can't even see it on the camera. So this one is still a little separated. There's ants in there crawling around. That's gross. But it is wet, so hopefully it dries out some. But I really like this red garlic. It's really pretty. I just looked it up not that long ago when I harvested the scapes, and I still can't remember what the name is. And I'm not looking on my camera very well to see if you can see it or not. It's a really pretty red color. I'm not sure what we're gonna plant in this bed after we're done with the garlic. Last year we didn't do anything because it was in the front part of a bed. This year we'll have some room down here, and I'm just not sure what we'll plant here. I want to be careful not to stab the garlic with the shovel, so I'm going pretty wide and pretty deep on it. This one looks really nice. Hopefully you can see that. This one's not that red. So yeah, so this one doesn't have that many leaves dyed back. Like they're supposed to be like all of these leaves dyed back when you go to harvest. I don't know if that's because of the rain, but I'm excited. Last year we hung these up in our barn to dry. This year we have a lot more hay in there than we did last year at this time. So we'll have to see. I really liked hanging it up in my barn. It was a nice airy area and it wasn't in the sun. It worked out well. So hopefully we can do it again. This bulb is really small. Really weird. So it has like the bulb part, and then it has like other cloves coming off of it. I don't know if those would be called garlic bulbules or not. That is interesting. And then this one's doing it too. So these are nice. This is the clove is nice, or the bulb is nice and tight. There's no openings in between the bulb. This is what I'm looking for. This one I'm really curious. This one scaped really early, and it's like really big compared to the other garlic. So I'm curious what's going on down here. Just a normal bulb. Looks nice though. I got about half of that bed pulled up, and it did start raining. It is thundering and lightning. I'm about to head in the house. I do have it on a table under a canopy, and hopefully I can reconvene in the morning. This is what we have so far. I'll shake the dirt off more after it dries some more. But lots of nice garlic here. Some of them are bent and weird. Can't even see myself where I'm on the camera. And then I have one that has no bulbs at all. Or no cloves, whatever. It's like just one big garlic chunk. So he will get 8 first. It's been so stormy this year. It's ridiculous. So we picked all the garlic. It is still the same night. The rain, it kind of rained a little bit and then the storm blew over, so we just picked the garlic anyways. So we're gonna leave it under this canopy overnight on this table, and tomorrow we'll hang it up to dry. Good morning. The garlic has sat out under this canopy all night, but it is definitely time to get it hung up. I don't want the sun to beat on it at all. Over here is some of the dill that I accidentally pulled up. Tried to save it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but even if I just dry it out and keep it for seasoning, I don't want to just throw it out. And then I'm kind of going to be like separating this garlic out. We definitely want the bigger ones to replant for next year, so I might put all like the big ones in bundles together and then like the smaller ones in bundles together. So we have like the different sizes. The canopy, I don't have my canopy tall enough right now. So like I would rather plant this versus this, but I do want to dry it all so that way we can plant as much as we need or want to in the fall. And then after that, we'll take the rest into our house. So we got some nice ones. I'm really happy with this garlic. goats are banging on their shed. They hear me out here and they automatically think they need fed first thing. Like I didn't feed them a bunch last night when I weeded the garden. So I'm just going to kind of stagger these a little bit so that way they can have airflow. I don't want to bunch all of them right together. I'm just gonna kind of go like that. And then I'm just going to tie them with this string and then leave a long tail so that way they can be hung up in the barn. Just like this, and then when I hang them up, they'll actually be against like a fencing in the barn that we have, and so then they'll hang up straight. So when I'm doing this, I might try to get some more of the dirt off. It will dry and come off later, and I don't want to disturb the skins too much. I can't remember for last year if I cut some of this off and cut some of this off. I don't think I did. I think I just left it all long and then chopped it down later after it was dry. And then we have 3 or 4 that still have the scapes on them. It feels like it kind of cloved out. And we have a bunch that grew like this. So I don't know if we planted them upside down or what happened, or if the mulch made them turn, or maybe weeds. I'm not sure, but there are a bunch that are kind of curved up like this. And it still had the scape on it. I clearly missed it when I was doing scapes. They kept growing at different times. I harvested scapes quite a few different times. I don't know what is itching on my face. But, oh well, it's still edible. See, here's another one. It's crooked. I have no idea why. I'm not tying it any fancy way or anything. I'm just wrapping this around it and tying it in a few knots to hold it. I want to get it pretty tight so it doesn't fall through. I need a better pair of scissors. And then just like that. That's it. And I'm just going to do it with all of this garlic. So some of the ones that didn't make the cut for being tied up were ones that when we pulled them out, we actually like pulled all the leaves off of them and it's just the neck on here. There's some like this that didn't really like clove out. This does feel like it might have a few in there actually after I felt it more, but whatever, I'm not hanging it. This one doesn't have any, it's just like one big thing of garlic. And then ones that were like really separated, I didn't hang those up. But the rest are all tied up and ready to go. And then these ones we're just going to clean up and put in our fridge and use them first. So this is what the table looks like. Let me back up some. So we have 2 piles. This pile over here is like they're smaller bulbs. They're not big ones. And then these ones are our big ones. We did keep them separate so we can plant the bigger ones first next year. But they're all just in little bundles ready to be moved up to the barn and hung up. So we have our garlic hung up. This is what it looks like. We will leave it here until it's dry. It gets lots of airflow and no sunshine. Okay, so now I'm down in my herb bed, and this is where we had planted our garlic last year, and some garlic regrew this year where we must have missed a bulb. Yes, I'm weeding as I'm going because I'm here and it needs to be weeded. But anyways, This garlic did throw off scapes. You can see where I cut them here. So we're gonna pull this out and see what it looks like. It's not just gonna pull out. Not bad. It's nice little garlics. All right, this is a bonus because we didn't even plant these. These got missed last year. Oh shit. And they look pretty good until I did that. These ones grow really close together. They look pretty weird. And then hopefully you can still see this on the camera. There was another patch right here that came back too. So I'm going to harvest that. There's one I just ripped the top off of. So I'm gonna get the other garlic that I just pulled out all situated, separated out from big to small. They all kind of looked small, honestly. And then just get them hung up and drying. And we are very happy with our garlic haul this year. We might do more next year, we'll see. But I'm sure we will show the video of us planting the garlic in the fall and showing you how it looks a couple months later after we harvested it.